Okay, I couldn't wait. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Miss Fans. As you guys can see, I hit the wrong button by mistake and ended up ending the show. I was like, wait, oh no. And then I tried to cancel it and it didn't even work. It was so annoying. So annoying. But you know what it is? It's fine. It happens. People make mistakes. But it is what it is. Okay. And I still love what I do. But I appreciate you guys coming back. So go ahead and hit that like button. This is episode 427, part 2. Because clearly, part 1, we kind of exited out of it. And we were cooking, too. That's a part that frustrates me. Because, it was a good show. So welcome back, Timothy. Welcome back, Anthony. Thank you, guys. Definitely come through, guys. Come through. I'll let everybody else know. Well, you gotta let them know now since, YouTube loves to not send notifications at times. So definitely, please let people know that we're back. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. We back. We are back. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, the reset worked. Video and audio is good. Perfect. Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. I gotta send the link real quick to Big Philly. There you go. Oh, try again. Oh no, is my X not working? Oh, come on. Well, he's gonna come back. I'm gonna get him the link real quick. I think this crap is trying to have me log out and then log back in. Oh, yes it is. Anyways, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about our schedule, and we were talking about how what would be the worst case scenario, because I feel like that's also important. We gotta think what would be our floor for this upcoming season. Make sure I wrote that right. Log in. Okay. Let's see here. The reason why I'm saying 5 and 11 is if players are on our offensive side get injured, like Tyreek Waddle, 2 major injuries, and they miss the whole season, Miss Phins. Oh yeah. If any of our top guys somehow have end of the season, but I feel like that's every team. I don't feel like that's just like us. If any team goes through that, when their top players are out for the season, shoot, it's over. In my opinion, it's definitely over, that's for sure. So if you guys definitely wanna take a look at that, you'll be able to see any team that goes through that and has an issue. They're gonna go ahead and they're not gonna be good, not even a little bit. So, guys, on your way in, hit that like button. I appreciate you. We are back. I just sent this over to Big Philly. We had a great conversation. We're going to continue to have our conversation. But, yes, give me your worst case scenario, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go over that first, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the schedule itself. And here is my guy. Welcome, Big Philly. Welcome back. I like that.
In the spirit of Final Fantasy and fantasy football.
I love it.
A couple different leagues, and the winner gets a nice pick with this championship belt here. It's actually a pretty big belt. Just saying. For those of you guys in the league.
That's pretty cool. Well, we will be doing a Miss Phins Year 3 Fantasy League, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Remember, keep it clean. Well, let's continue to have fun. Give me your worst case scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? Yep. Okay, no football talk. We're always going to have football talk, man.
Always. No Super Bowl talk.
Yes, that's Big Philly for sanity.
Yeah. Big dude with a beard.
Exactly. Okay. So, we're talking about training camp and what we were worried about a little bit, which is good because the training camp update that I was gonna give was kind of annoying. It was also on my phone, so I couldn't do it earlier. We can go over that, and then we'll go into the worst case scenario. But from what I gathered, it looks like Ramsey still didn't practice. He's still nursing a minor injury. Um, what else? OBJ got a little bit upset on people on Twitter. I was like, really, dude? Really? So it looks like he did practice a little bit. I know you were there. Did you see him practice?
Who? I'm sorry. Say it again.
OBJ?
No, he wasn't there. He was on this. I didn't see him even on the sideline, and that's what we were kind of talking about too yesterday in those spaces. There was a video that Adam Beasley dropped of him training in
Mm-hmm.
response to I guess this guy fan is I guess his name is Keith. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Somebody called him out saying that he's the next Kendall Fuller,
Yeah,
and
that's what I heard.
yeah, and OBJ didn't like that. So he put up a video. Adam Beasley put up a video of him training, and that video didn't look good. But to add context, we don't know what he was doing prior, because he kind of did the drill, then dropped down to his knee like an exhaustion or pain. We're not really sure, but you don't know how many laps he did. You don't know how many drills he was doing, where he was in those drills, if he was towards the end or the beginning. So, um, and then Adam Beasley immediately removed the tweet and video off his feed. So I'm assuming he got some serious trouble with the Dolphins. But we were talking about that a bit. But he wasn't there. I saw Ramsey on the sideline. Um, he wasn't padded. Chubbs was there. Obviously not padded, but they were just there watching.
Yeah, they were
I
just there
didn't see
watching.
OBJ. Yeah, but I didn't see him
Mike D did say that for Chubb, it's on a case by case basis, so they're gonna be.
observing him.
I'm getting some feedback though. I don't
For
know.
me,
Yeah,
I'll just mute. I'm not sure. I don't even have a mic, so it's
I
just my
think it might
phone.
be because you're on your phone, right? Yeah, typically that happens. That's fine. That's fine. Um, let's see here. Then the only other thing that really I was like, interesting about the joint practices is how on 11 on 11 our defense had 3 wins in a row with David Long Jr. doing some great plays, Kohu and Agba, but that's just what I was reading through, going through X and whatever. It looks like Chop looked pretty decent. I don't know how did our secondary look versus the Commanders.
So kind of what I was saying yesterday. The way they set up practice, they put the Commanders' offense on the other side, the far side of the field. So where I was sitting, I couldn't really see our defense. Um, but if you go back and you look at the feeds for like Omar Kelly, um, I think if I'm not mistaken, Omar Kelly said Jaden Daniels during red zone drills to 5 touchdowns, 3 of which were on Kendall Fuller, and one was on Cater Kohu. I'm not sure who the other one was, but at the same time, when we switched over to the where they took the entire field, um, Jaden Daniels was kind of ineffective, and actually threw a pick to Kendall Fuller as well. So um, there was some stuff. I think. ¿Cómo se llama este hombre? What's this guy's name? Agba had a couple pressures.
Mhm.
But again, I couldn't really see. So I focused more on the offense because that was what was in front of me.
Got it. Got it. Well, listen, if Kendall Fuller again does come out and be that Robin to our Ramsey, then I feel like we're gonna have a great secondary, man. Because to have 2 lockdown corners, which if you look at it, we've had consistently for the last 10 years. And most teams don't end up having 2 lockdown corners. That would be pretty good because that way, I mean, imagine we'd be good in zone, we'd be good in man, we'd be good at the boundaries, and also to rotating the different safeties around in the other corners, maybe even in the nickel position. It'll help out that secondary to be very, very, very elite and very effective. So I'm looking forward to it. I love defense, so that should be pretty fun to see. Um, Red Bottom Bill says Fuller is well known to get beat bad. He's decent, but not locked down. Well, remember, it depends because if you're going versus the number ones or the number twos, it really does. It really does depend. Now, you don't gotta ask him. Matt Milano out for the season, ladies and gentlemen, and I reported this on Wednesday. He is out for the season, and I did say it was a torn bicep, but people were like, it's not confirmed. I'm like, but the doctors said it, but okay, it's not confirmed. But
There goes that
what do
fake news
you,
talk. Fake news talk.
right? What do you think about that, man? That's huge.
That's huge. That's a huge loss for their defense.
It is
Massive
huge loss for
loss.
their defense.
It's going to give these young guys an opportunity to step in, right, for Buffalo. But and it's going to benefit us, right? We play them what week 2, week 9.
Mm-hmm.
Milano is like our little kryptonite for Tua. So I'm a little like, hey, relieved in a way, but at the same time, I understand it's a huge loss for Buffalo when it comes to a competition standpoint and what we all want, right? Just as much as
Mm-hmm.
us as Dolphin fans want us to win the division, Buffalo fans want to win the division as well. So that's a massive loss to them. And
Absolutely.
they're going to be interesting this year because a lot of changes to their offense. Now you don't have Milano.
Look
You
at this.
lost
That's
Poyer.
us.
Yeah,
They got them in
so
2 and week 9, so that's gonna be very interesting.
yeah, and it's not going to be cold in week 9, so it's not going to be as hot for week 2 because it's going to be at night. So you look at those different things and the changes too. So it's a different team for Buffalo, really. So it's just going to be interesting to see how they play that game.
Yeah, and it's true. They don't have an easy schedule either. Like a lot of people forget, like they don't have an easy schedule either as well. So you have to kind of like take a look at this. This is their schedule coming up. This is preseason. Don't really matter. But look at their schedule. Okay, maybe their first week they could maybe get their kinks out of order in what do you call it, week 1 by having. Sorry, make sure I make this
You're good.
bigger for y'all. Week 1, Arizona, this is probably a win for them. They're gonna have a very tough time versus the Dolphins, in my opinion. Then they got the Jags, who by week 3 should be a little bit better. Baltimore, that's a loss in my opinion for them. Houston, that's gonna be very competitive. That might even be a loss for them too. I think they split with the Jets, in my opinion. They got what, Tennessee week 7. We got to see what Tennessee is without Mike Vrabel because I don't know if that defense is gonna hold up, and that's my biggest concern for Tennessee personally. I don't know what you think. Seattle, they're not slouches whatsoever, so these two are gonna be very tough games for them. They should, in theory, beat them, but we'll see. And then, I mean, they got a good shot. I always say it's uh, in their home. To me, if we do split, this is the one that they beat us at. Indy, Anthony Richardson is looking a little bit better, coming back from the injury last year. So we got to see 10 weeks in, he'll be able to go ahead and get his feet underneath. Then Kansas City, they're taking an L. Bye week. San Fran, in my opinion, they're taking an L by then. The Rams will probably be Detroit. They'll probably be. I think New England they'll beat twice, and then it's up to them. And I think this one they'll probably go on a 5 week win streak. But that San Fran game, no, I don't give them a chance to win that. What do you think for the Bills schedule?
It's again like kind of like what Red White and I think Bills. I don't know who
Bills,
was
yeah.
saying. Yeah, Bills. Was pointing to there in the comment section as I was reading. Yeah, it's their defense wise. Most of their main guys were out majority of the year. And again, that's why I said it depends on how these young guys step up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the consistency was always their offense, and that's where they're able to produce. Josh Allen, obviously, you had
That is
Stephon
true.
Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs are both gone. And you could argue Stephon was non-existent towards the end of that season last year, but at the end of the day, he's still Stephon, and he still commanded defenses to watch what he was doing or double teaming or whatever it is that they were doing. So I kind of want to see what they do this year and how they approach their offense specifically, their wide receiving group specifically. I like their tight ends. I like Kincaid and Knox. They're great tight ends there. They do both. They can get muddy,
Facts.
and then they can also be productive in the pass game. I think they're going to utilize them a lot more this year with the changes. I want to see the rookie Coleman and how he's able to step into the role. So there's a lot of factors that are unknown, right? With
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, I think personally they probably get 10 wins. Um, Still commit and Miami. I have Miami at 11-12 wins. I still have us winning the division, but they're right there behind and might sneak in a wild card spot there. With Buffalo like 10-7. That's where I have them at. And I think that's a
All
little fair
right.
because you got to respect Josh Allen too. But Josh
Oh,
Allen's also known for throwing interceptions and turning the ball over. So it depends on how they bounce back from those turnovers and which games he's doing those turnovers. If he's doing it against Baltimore, against San Fran, Houston, those for me are losses for them. I think Detroit's another loss for them. I think Detroit's a very physical team. Dan
mm.
Campbell has them coached up pretty physical. Kansas City's another loss, and I think that another toss-up game might be Indianapolis. If Anthony Richardson's available, and depending on how he comes back from his injury, he was very productive last year before he went out. Very mobile quarterback, can do
True.
both, kind of like a Lamar. So that's another team that might be a little problem, and they have a physical defense. So there's some options there. There's some opportunities there. I think they beat the Rams. I think the Rams is a tough team to beat, but I think they're going to beat the Rams. And then I think they sweep the Pats, and they may even sweep the Jets. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the
I
same
still
Aaron
think that
Rodgers.
I still think they'll they'll split with the Jets if Aaron Rodgers is playing the whole
He's coming
season. I
back from
do
an
think.
Achilles, so I want to see how his pass protection holds up.
Yeah, but it was
There's
at
a
the
lot of
beginning
questions
of the
too with them.
season, though. But it was at the beginning of the season.
I
That's the
get it.
difference. He
He's
had the
still coming
most
back,
time.
and he's still playing on that same turf. So,
That
like
is true.
I joke around a lot about it. I always say, what's the odds on him re-tearing his Achilles? Because he's still playing on turf. He's playing on the same field that he tore his Achilles on to begin with. So,
Well,
these are questions, and again, I think it's gonna be a great year for all our teams. Uh, I don't, but again, I think that they'll be more like that 10-7 spot, which I think is fair.
mm, I think so too. I think that they're definitely gonna struggle with these games. But don't get me wrong, they will have games like unlike Miami, and don't get mad, people, when I say this, I think the teams that, the most challenging teams, I still give them a 50% chance of winning those games. I don't think it's going to be like an automatically a loss, but I do believe that Kansas City by week 11 and San Fran by week 13, those are going to be losses, in my opinion. They can probably get to Miami, but like I said, it's they don't have we're playing the same schedule with the difference of being what 3 games or something like that. So I could see how you could have them at 10-7 and us at 11-6. So we gotta see. Look at what a color Walker. Good morning, Jets. Buy rough turf grass. Yeah, seriously. That's true. Now people are saying that Super Bowl window is over, but other people say as long as they have a Josh Allen, they still have an opportunity to get there.
If they come in, these rookies, and you have Shakir, obviously, who had a really good year last year. If Coleman come in
Mhm.
and be productive, that's another 1-2 punch again. Their window reopens. So I'm not going to sit here and say their window is over. They have a good quarterback. Arguably a top 5 quarterback. You can't say their window's over. Unfortunately, you just can't.
Yeah, you can't. It's just like, yeah, no, he's messing with you. What's up, Tony? Good morning.
Tony, man,
Mitch
Tony,
Phins, who's that guy up there? You
whatever,
can't
bro.
just let anyone.
I can't curse on here because I would say something. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet, Tony.
You guys are too much, man. You guys are too much. But nah,
Hey,
man,
thank
they
you,
feel
Tony, again for giving me those tickets yesterday. I appreciate it, bro. I really do appreciate it. I was gonna bring you food, man, but I didn't have time to go get some Haitian patties. Man,
it.
bang on them Haitian patties, boy.
That's
So
funny. But yeah, it should be very interesting to see what our opponents doing. We can go over that, but I want to go back to the Dolphins worst case scenario because I feel like that's gonna be let me go to the schedule real quick. I feel like that's going to be very interesting again to see what are the Dolphins going to end up doing. So, what's the worst case scenario for the Dolphins? And this is so you guys can follow with us. Let's go through the first 7 weeks, man. The worst. I'm talking absolute worst case scenario, and then we'll do the best case scenario. So, what is the worst case scenario right now? Weeks 1 through 7. Obviously, by week is week 6, but what do you got on that Jacks game? What would be the worst case scenario?
Worst case scenario, if we end up 2-5, I think
2-5?
if we end up 2-5, and that's
Ooh.
basically beating. I think we'll beat the Buffalo Bills and the Patriots for week 2 and week 5. But it's
Okay.
Jacksonville's is a toss up. People underestimate Jacksonville's potential, but they're a very good team. I want to see how they bounce back. Seattle, like you mentioned, is a very physical team.
Wait.
Tennessee,
Oh, well. So wait a
yeah.
minute. So you have us losing to the Jags?
Well, you're saying worst case,
Yeah. I'm
right?
saying worst case.
Yeah,
So week
worst
one
case. That's not what I
loss.
have them
Okay.
as, but worst case would be 2-5,
Okay.
losing to the Jags, beating Buffalo, losing to Seattle, losing to Tennessee, beating New England, and losing to Indianapolis. That's the worst case scenario.
And then now your reason being because, and we'll start with Indy, because obviously Anthony Richards is coming back. Like I said earlier today too, I agree. If he comes back and he's up to form by week 7, and you got Jonathan
Mm-hmm.
Taylor,
Jonathan Taylor playing a high
playing the way
level. They
that he
have
was playing, exactly.
Michael Pittman playing a high level. Josh Dobbs. They have a really nice squad there. Their defense is really good as well. Very physical defense, similar to Tennessee. So they could cause a problem there with physicality. But that's something that we've been hearing a lot this offseason with the Dolphins. They want to be more physical. They don't want to be tossed around or turned around like that. So we'll see how they come out with these games. It's gonna be a big test these first 7 weeks. But
Mm-hmm.
best case, we come out 7-0, leading up into week 8. So that's the best case
Not
scenario.
right now. I want doom and gloom now so we can lift everybody up. So, worst case
Man,
scenario.
we just want to get
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
down.
No,
So
no, no,
worst
no, no,
case, like I
because
said, is two and
we
five,
got
two
to
and
be
five.
realistic. Okay, 2-5. So, for me, realistically speaking, based on what's going on with the team, the fact that our depth is getting injured, not even our starters like that, it's really more of our depth getting injured. That's why I'm like, oh, God, and we need them. So, I would say, worst case scenario, for these first 7 weeks, obviously bye week, whatever, but versus Jacksonville, I think that will be a very, 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 very competitive game. Very competitive game. And I think worst case scenario wise, I do believe we will beat Jacksonville. But it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt us because then we go into a short week versus Buffalo and then have us lose to Buffalo at home. That's I know, and I don't want it, but I'm just telling you what the worst case scenario would be. Then on top of that, we gotta travel diagonally
Yo,
to
Vaughn, Joe,
Seattle.
I ain't filming no more for you, bro. That's all I got to tell you. I ain't filming no more for you, Vaughn. That's all I got to tell you. No more
These
filming
boys,
for y'all.
I know. Then diagonally going to Seattle, I think because of the distance, short week situation, I'm gonna go with that's a loss right then and there. Would then travel back diagonally home to play Tennessee. I actually think this will be a win only because we don't have to go against Bravel, who I think is the reason why we were losing. I don't think it's because of whatever quarterback or any pieces they had. Well, maybe Derrick Henry, but other than that, I think it was solely because of
D Hop
Bravel and the way
torched
he was
us, and
set.
they still got D Hop. D Hop was torching us in the second half in that game.
Yes, but I still have it's Bravel, man. Bravel
And
is who
that
we
and
were
that
really
Mayo
gonna
that
play.
Mayo Cologne loving quarterback over there, Will Levis was torturing us.
The Cologne too. That Cologne was crazy. I can't believe they actually did come up. Buffalo's heading to a 7-10. Oh, okay. We'll see. Week 5, who we playing? We playing Patriots.
That one I
No
got as a
way
dub.
we're splitting. There's just no way we're splitting with.
That I got as a dub.
That's
That's
a
a easy.
W. There's just not
I mean,
even.
it's not an easy dub. It's still a division game, but it's a dub. You know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't think they have
even
enough yet. They don't have enough. They're rebuilding.
exactly. So and then I would say versus by week 7 with Anthony Richardson. Yeah, I think this might be the game of like you're supposed to win and you don't. And this I
Well,
think this
yeah,
one
I
is.
think I put on there when I was doing when the schedule first came out, right? Everybody
Mhm.
was doing those wins and losses tallies. That game, I put a big question mark because what benefits us is we're coming off a bye, right? We're coming off
That
the
is
bye.
true. That is true.
So you're gonna have 7 weeks or 6 weeks of film work on Anthony Richardson. Um, but again, it's a big question mark because we don't know how he's coming back. They have a very talented roster. Their defense is very physical. So it's how we match up and how we do the leading up to that game in those first 5 weeks. So those are
Mm.
all big questions that we haven't had answer yet. How our offensive line holds up. I mean, obviously, yesterday again there was some signs of hope, but there was also so many. There was a lot more bad than there was good. Um, to kind of make it easier to say, but um, it's yeah. I want to see how they come back and how they're able to produce.
Yeah. So that's again, we're going based on worst case scenario. People hit that like button for us. Hit the like button. Appreciate it, guys. So worst case scenario. Let's continue. Who we playing next? We got Arizona. I just don't see us losing, no matter what, to Arizona.
I
Like,
really like Marvin Harrison Jr. there, and I respect Kyler Murray, but I don't think they have enough either. Not yet. They're kind of in limbo on how they're rebuilding.
they're building, yeah. And then people may not like it. That's a loss at Buffalo. I've
Yeah,
been consistent
we
in that
split.
one.
We split. You gotta respect it. We split.
Yeah,
That's not a big deal. I don't see people. I mean, I get it, right? Fans, they want to say that we might sweep them, but I don't see us sweeping. I mean, there's a possibility depending on how they come out, right? How their defense is playing, how their offense, the receiving group clicks. But if
hmm
if they're coming out firing on all cylinders, that's a split game. It's split.
yeah,
If they're not, then we might sweep.
yeah. You're not wrong with that. Context. Good morning, sir. Or sir, ma'am. But I think it's a sir, so I'm gonna go with sir. I think we all need to brush up on the definition of worst case scenario. Is worst case scenario for the season is Tua gets injured tomorrow in preseason and we go 0-17. That's not worst case scenario, bro. That's doomsday. What are you
Yeah,
talking
that's
about?
you just put a nuke on the entire season.
Yeah, like I'm
Like,
not doing that. Like that's ridiculous. I'm going based on assuming based on how our players are right now, dinged up and all. Because I did talk about the depth. I would say that I feel like we're being fair with the worst case scenario. I don't think that we're being outrageous
no,
because we're still taking things in consideration. So we got
the
latter
Rams.
part of the season. So we got the Rams, we got Las Vegas.
I don't think it's the lighter part. I mean, you got Green Bay in there. That's a pretty tough
No,
team.
no, latter part, the
Oh,
later part of
ladder. I thought
this.
you said lighter.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I
no,
apologize.
the later part. So you say versus real quick because you say Arizona we beat, but we lose to
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay, so you and I are both on the same on that one. Okay, what about the Rams? And then the rest of the
I like Puka
uh
Nuka. I like him. I like Puka. I like the Rams defense there. I like their two young rushers that they brought in from FSU. Um, but do they have enough to keep up with our offense? Depending on how our offense is firing, I don't think they do. So I think there we might get a win there, especially
I
we're
think
coming back.
defense will help us with this.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a couple pieces back. I think Bradley Chubb might be back by then, so we'll have some consistency there. So I would say we'll probably get a W there.
Okay.
Hopefully we got a couple of those guys that were hurt in September. in October. They'll be back by then and playing, and that's when we'll start. You'll start seeing a couple more wins, even in the worst case. We'll start seeing a
Yeah.
couple wins here in the month of
Okay.
November.
What about the Rams?
So Rams, I said we
I
got to
mean,
win.
sorry, Ravens.
Vegas,
Ravens.
Vegas,
I
Vegas
mean,
is
wow, Raiders.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I said Ravens. Raiders. I don't like their quarterback. I don't like Aaron Jones there either. I do like Knight, their backup running back. Obviously Devontae Adams you have to respect, but I think we'll get a W there as well.
Mhm. This is your worst case scenario.
I know.
All right, cool. I actually have us versus the Raiders. I think it's still gonna be an L because of their defense. Their
They're still
offense
building their defense though.
is but
It's still not
it's
all there. You just got to
they're
worry about Max
building and look,
Crosby.
but look at their defense was also building last year,
Well,
and
you know what I just forgot? Christian.
yeah, they got Christian Wilkins.
And
So
he's returning to Miami. So that's the one
exactly,
thing.
that's a
I didn't
whole
even think
nother
of that.
level.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I didn't think
So
Christian.
you stick it to the W.
I'm still sticking to the W.
All right.
I still think we hand it to Christian.
For for Rams, I would say they're gonna have a much better offense than defense, in my opinion. So I think our offenses will be able to go toe to toe. But I actually agree with you that we'll have bodies coming back by then. Specifically, Chubb should be back by then. And I think that will definitely help with our pressure towards the quarterback. So I actually give us a win versus the Rams. Wins versus the Rams. Now I feel like this is going to be controversial, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Patriots.
No, we sweep the Pats.
You sticking to sleeping?
Yeah, we'll sweep the Pats. Pats will sweep, but the losses are coming now. So
Okay, pass will sweep. Okay. I was about to be like, we're about to split with the Patriots, but then it's like in me, do they have
no,
enough?
they don't have enough
And
yet.
I feel like even with our worst case scenario, we're still much better, like much better team than they. So I feel like we can overcome it. So it's a W for me on that one. Uh, okay. So now let's get into it. The
L
this is the
L
tough part of this. Bro, I'm not even finished scrolling.
L. Do it. L L
What
L
up, Lewis? Look at
L.
Lewis over here. Good morning, Lewis. Welcome, sir.
Then you're gonna have everybody. We can't win in December. We can't win. That's all we're gonna hear.
But
L
you're not lying
L
though.
L
Okay, so
L
week 13, you're saying L. Week 14 versus the Jets at home. Jets at
L
home.
L. You said worst
Houston.
case, right?
It
L
is worst case. You're right. San Fran. Absolutely.
L
Cleveland.
L
Cleveland. Okay.
L.
And then Jacksonville.
We'll get a W there. We'll get a W there.
You get the
We'll get,
W
we'll get
in
a
their
W
house.
in their house.
We'll lose at
In
home, but we'll
MetLife.
beat.
Yeah, why not? It's
Hold,
worst case.
hold up. It
It's
was
worst
worst
case.
case. It's worst case. Okay.
I don't think that'll
That's,
happen, but it's worst case.
it is worst case. Okay, but now we gotta explain to people because they're gonna be like, I'm gonna drop the link if you have more time. Because just to hear, because I'm sure some people are gonna want to go against.
Oh, Lou, I'm gonna have fun with Lou and Tony
Yeah,
and Vonjo.
exactly.
I encourage them since we let up anybody up here. I encourage them to come up, especially Tony.
That's
Just
funny.
saying, but
So my worst case scenario, Green Bay. Yeah, it's a loss. Like I can't even pretend to not. It's a loss for me. Versus the Jets at home. God, I don't want to.
the same as worst case, man. It's just worst case.
It is worst case. Oh dang.
That'd be
But
the
being
worst thing,
split
but
with
at
the
least it's
Jets,
not home,
I
bro.
just can't, bro. I'm splitting with the Jets. I can't. I'm giving a W at home because we're at home, and I feel like that'll give role players always play better at home. So I'm gonna give our role players and our depth the chance to beat them in December at home. It'll be much hotter game than the week 18. So I'm gonna go W on that one. But then this is murderer's row. This is just all L's in my opinion. Like this is worst case scenario L L L L L. So Big Philly, sir. You gave again, guys. This is worst case scenario. I think that Houston's offense is going to be very, very good, and their defense is comparable. Same thing with San Fran. Same thing with their defense. Actually, I feel like Cleveland's defense is probably better. I think we're going to lose because of their defenses in these four teams. Their offenses can put up points, but their defense is the reason why. Worst case scenario.
To add to the worst case, Stephon Diggs, 100 yards, 2 TDs.
Oh, what? That would
Add insult to injury.
For real. Okay. So Big Philly, you got 1, 2,
2 wins. 2, 3 wins.
3, 4, 5, 6. No, you got
6 wins.
yeah, 6 wins.
Right, 6
7 wins. So Big Philly, you went with 7 and 10. Okay. Miss Phins, what I say? I said I got 1, 2, 3 wins, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. 7 wins. So we both went 7 and 10. We just switched our wins. So worst case scenario, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Big Philly and I are having the Dolphins be 7 and 10. That is the worst case scenario. Okay? Do not murder us. We're about to go into the best case scenario for all of you guys to see. But I feel like we gave good explanations as to why we said worst case scenario. Like, we weren't just random saying, maybe at the end, but no.
Well, at the end, I thought it would be pretty self-explanatory on why I did it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, so let's run through the best case scenario real quick then. Let's go. Best case scenario. You got week 1, sir.
Week 1, I got us winning at home. If it was in Jacksonville, I'd probably have us losing. But because we're home, I'd say we win this game.
Okay.
Again, that's a 50-50 shot. I give Jacksonville a lot more credit than most people do. So
I'm the same way. Okay, week 2?
Week 2, I have us winning at home Thursday night. Again, Buffalo, kind of like when I was, obviously with Milano being out, I want to see how these receivers mesh with Josh Allen. So I think that we get a W there.
Okay, cool. I actually agree too. So week 1 and week 2, I think with Jacksonville, we're going to be hyped up. Matt McDaniel's going to have several weeks to be able to prepare for this game. We're going to give our best foot forward, get the kinks out, come out strong. Then we're going to have a short week, but we're going to be at home. So that's going to benefit us. It is a late short week game. So regardless, we're already going to be acclimated to this heat. It's my birthday weekend. So because of that, it is an absolute win, and I will be the reason why the Dolphins win. Thursday, week 2. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. With the Buffalo. Okay, let's go week 3, 4, and 5.
So week 3 to Seattle, coming off of obviously a Thursday night game, so we have a couple extra days of rest, a couple extra days to travel, because it is a long travel. Seattle's a talented team, but obviously no Pete Carroll. I want to see what that new coach does out there, who's obviously very familiar with our DC, coming from the same system as he was the DC, if I'm not mistaken, in Baltimore. It's worst case, Lewis. Like, my God.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
The concept, but
I don't think he gets the concept of what we're doing. We were tearing it down to build it back up. Okay, we're like the military, tear it down and build it back up. Now we're giving you the best case scenario for the Dolphins.
I got us beating Seattle.
Okay, good. Okay, and then what about 4 and 5? Tennessee and Patriots.
Revenge game. I hope and pray it's like 37-0. and we just destroy Tennessee. Is what I want. I don't know that's not gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think Miami gets the revenge there and gets that W Monday night. And
Beautiful.
New England, I'm sticking to it. We're sweeping. We're sweeping New England. So
Yeah. A lot of new players
5 and
get to
0.
play against their former teams. Should be exciting. Man, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now. And listen, Tony, Mr. I'm going to clip this. Sure, whatever. We actually gave context, so maybe you just weren't here for it.
You weren't
Okay?
listening at all.
You weren't listening. You
And
can
literally, it says
rewind.
in a sign right there at the bottom, worst case. Now it says best case. So I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I mean, if you read there, I know we're used to X spaces, where you're just looking at the jumbotron, but just look at this as a jumbotron. Okay, there we go.
There you go. There
You
you
gotta
go.
get used to it. You got your show starting tonight. Well,
Raiders Schmaders. There you
make sure
go.
you subscribe to the Blitz Pickup. Just saying.
You don't care about context, but you make no sense, sir.
Okay. I guess that's how the Blitz Pickup is gonna run their show.
I guess it is. Then we got the bye week, ladies and gentlemen. Check them out tonight. Blitz.
The Blitz Pickup.
The Blitz pick up. I think that's what. Who is it? What?
That's Tony and Lou. That's their
it
new show.
is. It is the Blitz pickup. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, new show coming up. Go ahead and subscribe, ladies. I'm messing with you guys, but for real, go ahead and go check them out, man. Check out Tony, Lewis.
Well, hopefully they come up when you open panel and they can give us a little more details on what time.
Yeah, we'll see. They might be a little too scared, so it happens.
They're not used to me on cam. That's what it is. Welcome to YouTube. I know Lou
Welcome
is.
to YouTube.
Just saying, officially welcome to YouTube.
Let me drop it in case I see who pops in the back. But let's go ahead and continue our best case scenario. I know. It's Friday, yeah. Saturday.
Some of y'all got paid. I didn't.
Hey, let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, super side note. If you like WNBA, it started last night. It's back. But my girl, Kayla Clark, she will be live tonight, 7 p.m. on Ion Television. So go check her out in the Indiana Fever when we destroy the Mercury Phoenix. Or Phoenix Mercury. Whatever, I don't really care. But it's all about Kayla. Let's go. Moving on. We got week 7. Let's go.
Indianapolis. That was the big question mark, right? Do we continue our win streak, or do we suffer our first loss? That's going to be a tough one. We're at Indianapolis, where we are coming off the bye. That's a tough game right there, bro.
It is gonna be.
I got them beating Indianapolis. I got them beating Indy.
You got them beating Indy? Okay.
I got them beating Indy.
Good. I actually have them beating Indy too. I think that because by this time I think Chubb might be up by this time. He'll be available for us.
I think he'll come off pup around there. He might come off pup and then be available for Arizona.
4 weeks and then 3 weeks to wind up. That's why I say it.
Oh, okay.
So
I got you.
Yeah. So by then that'll be the 3rd week, and I think he'll be good to be able to play.
Odell might be back by then too.
Odell might be back by then too. Exactly. I see you in the back. Give me 1 second, Tim, real quick. I just want to go ahead and run through this real quick, and then get on you. Arizona, what we got?
That's a dub.
W. I'm not even gonna listen. I don't.
Marvin Harrison Jr. though is somebody to watch for Arizona. For those of you guys who play fantasy or who just want to look at other receivers, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I just hope I hope he doesn't get Kyle Pitts. You know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say Kyle Pitts.
You got Kyle. Yeah, bro. You got Kyle Murray. You don't got Riddler back there. You know what they were.
Okay, but you know what I mean. Like,
I get it.
Unfortunately, not being used properly.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, okay, so we both got dubs on that one. Buffalo away.
That's our first loss.
Yeah,
I got him as my first loss.
Me too. The Rams.
I don't think we go 2 losses back to back, so I have them winning against the Rams.
And it's a primetime game. Yeah. I'm a W on this one too. Raiders. They hate me for saying this, but I think the Raiders will be that one team that you're supposed to beat, and we end up not beating.
No, I got them
Like,
beating the Raiders. I think
okay,
they'll beat
well
the
we
Raiders.
we
We'll split
differentiate in
there.
that. Yeah. New England W. I'm not even gonna wait till you say it.
I said it like three times. Sweep. I think we
Yeah,
lose to
yeah.
Jordan Love on Thanksgiving.
You think so?
I think that's an L.
Oh, I can't believe we're gonna lose in two different holidays. We're gonna lose to the flipping Packers. I can't believe this.
Yeah, but it's at Green Bay, dude, and it's
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's
It's
tough.
it's Thanksgiving. It's tough.
I agree.
Jets
Um,
will beat at home here. Best case scenario.
Same. I think so too. We'll beat the Jets at home. By then, both teams should have their players back and also be dealing with injuries. I know we'll be technically starting our December collabs that everybody always wants to say, but no, I think we actually will be able to go ahead
Well,
and play really well versus the
here
Jets.
co- here comes the December collapse.
For real, I'm exhausted.
Houston's a L. That's going to be a close game, though. That could be a 50-50, but I think it's an L.
I hope
Um,
it's not because I'm gonna be there, so
I'm going to
I
be there
hope.
too, so trust me. Uh,
But I get
San
you.
Fran is an L at home. Um,
Cleveland.
Cleveland, if Deshaun Watson's healthy, I think that's an L. And then
Okay. Murderers Row.
Murderers Row, bro. And the Jets, that's a tough one. Um, that's a
Murder.
50-50. Where are we at right now? Where am I at in win losses?
Okay, so hold up, because you just gave yours Murderers Row.
I think they bounce back. They maybe sweep the Jets there, depending on where we at with our record.
I haven't even put my Jets. I think we'll lose to Cleveland, in my opinion. And then Jets in a cold game. Best case scenario, I think we.
Where am I at right now? Wins and losses
Okay, so
total.
your wins right now, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah,
You're at 11 wins.
I called it. That's a 50. I think you know what? I think the Jets. I think we'll beat the Jets. I think that they're trying to seed. They're trying to probably get a better seed, so they might beat the Jets there and they sweep the Jets. I'll
Okay,
put
so
that
we
there.
sweeping the Jets. Yeah, I'm like,
I think it's
I
January. It's no
think
longer
best case
December.
scenario, we do sweep the Jets. If that's what we're. So 12 and you got us 12-5, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what? I know what it is. I'm at 11-6 because of this stupid game. But if it is best case scenario, we destroy the Raiders. So I'm gonna switch week 11 to a W because it is best case scenario. So yeah, 12 and
Yeah,
5.
Tony got me laughing over here.
What do you say now?
Tony was like, Lewis is running from me already.
Well, nobody came in.
Ah.
What up? What up, Mr. Tim? Welcome, sir.
Morning, Miss Phins. Morning, Big Fully. Morning, Chad. How everybody doing today? How everybody doing?
Morning.
We're good. We're good.
All right.
Anything
So
coming
talk to me.
up?
What do you think? What's up? Our worst case scenario record and our best case scenario record.
All right. Worst scenario record, 10-7. Best case scenario, 17-0. Realistically, 13-4.
Mm, okay. 13-4. Let's go to your realistically one. Which four do we lose?
All right. The four we lose.
You
All
got
right.
cam up for me, man. Look at Big Philly hiding away too because you're cammed up. You
All
got
right.
cam
All
up,
right. I
man.
got you. All right. Cam up. Got you. All right.
There you go.
So,
Come on, Philly.
worst case scenario. The teams we lose to. Well, I got a running back. So, uh, it's always every year that a team looks strong on paper, and then coming the middle of the season, we'll be like, huh, that team isn't as strong like I thought it would be. So I'm gonna go with Green Bay is gonna be one of the teams that I think is not gonna be as strong like how they look right now. And I'm also going with 49ers.
Okay, so we're losing to the Niners. We're
Mm.
losing to
No, no, no. No. You know how some teams look like they tough before the season start, like Green Bay and 49ers?
mhm.
But once the season starts, I don't think Green Bay and 49ers going to be that tough. I have Rams winning that division.
Okay, so let's do this. Give me your four losses then. Which are in the best case scenario? Which are your four
Four
losses?
losses. Four losses. I'm going to go with Houston. I like their pass rush. I think if we don't upgrade our offensive line, that come might hurt us.
Okay,
Um, and then I'm gonna throw. I know I'm gonna get some slack for this, but I'm gonna go Raiders. Same thing. Their D line. Um,
Respect.
then what else? Two more.
Yeah, I mean, I know why you chose it.
A part of me want to go with Browns, but I don't. I really don't. I don't see how Browns another team that they look strong on paper, but I think they're gonna be at the bottom of the division.
It depends on how Deshaun comes out, bro. That's the
Right,
biggest
right. I
thing.
agree.
yeah,
Same thing
I
with Nick
think it's gonna
Chubb.
That's why I
fall.
said it
Yeah,
depends if they have a healthy Deshaun. That it's an L. If Deshaun's not there, we just got to worry about Flacco.
no, Flacco's not there.
Oh no, it's
Joe Flacco with
oh
Colts.
no, it's what's his
Isn't it
Winston?
McCown?
No, it's Winston.
Yeah, James Winston. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Winston. Yes, it is.
It's
It is.
crab legs.
Hey,
Mm.
but we should do a deep dive on our schedule, like our first 6 games. Our opponents D line, where they rank out last year, and then let's see who let's see
Yeah,
who
but
they
to your
got
point,
this year too.
a lot of these teams changed. Like, for instance, the
Yeah, I
Raiders,
know. Yeah, I
right?
was just
The
about to say
addition of
that.
Christian Wilkins,
Right,
obviously is
right,
going to bolster up their front four. And
right.
then you still have to worry about Max Crosby too. So there's like I said, like I understand where you guys are coming from with that with the D line. I'm thinking more offensively because I don't really like Aiden O'Connell as much. I really wanted them to draft a quarterback this draft. Um, but and again, I don't know how Aaron Jones is going to fit in this offense compared to like Josh Jacobs. Obviously, there's a swap, so there's some stuff there, that we have to figure out. And as the season goes on, then these lists, these numbers change, right? So these are where you're kind of sitting at now. Like you said,
A-
sometimes they don't look as good on paper. You feel me?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is in Minnesota. He's not in Las Vegas.
Who's in Vegas? So it's night then. I thought he was with the Raiders.
Listen, you can bring and salute to everybody. Good morning to
How
all
you doing,
y'all.
Lewis? Good
Morning,
Let
morning.
me
Lewis.
give let me give y'all my famous words. What am I listening to? I can't cuss. What are y'all talking about? What the Raiders? Listen, as far as the Raiders go, you could bring Jesus Christ to play for the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Dolphins are killing the Raiders. What are Christian Wilkins? Bro, stop! Y'all had lost
I
y'all's
did put
mind.
him winning on my best case. I'm just saying.
Y'all lost y'all mind, Christian Wilkins. Let me ask you a question. How many years did the Dolphins have Christian Wilkins?
Couple years.
Uh,
No,
4 years,
5 years. No,
And
five.
he was so dominant, right? And he was great.
five
You know
years,
what he
5 years.
was great? You know what he was great at doing?
Nothing.
Grabbing nut sacks and slapping butts
Hey,
and kissing
hey.
Whoa,
babies.
EG.
That's what he was doing. Because when we had Christian Wilkins, I believe we were 9-1 or 1-9 against the Buffalo Bills. What did Christian Wilkins do to help us win games?
Mm,
Not nothing. And you mean to tell me he was on parts of better defenses here in Miami and he wasn't winning, but now he's going to go to Oakland that they have trash
but
and
he
he's
got
supposed to be the end of
Crosby. I mean,
Have y'all
yeah.
lost y'all's mind? Have y'all lost y'all's mind?
Max
Miss
Crosby
Phins, y'all,
again. We played him
y'all
last
better
year. We
than
still
this.
won against Max Crosby. So it's not like my thing with them is their offense. Their offense is not going to be subpar to keep up with our offense
No, no.
because
Uh,
they're not going to create consistent pass rush every single play. That's going to disrupt every single play on our offense. like we're gonna have opportunities. So it's like kind of to allude to what Lou was saying. Like it's still not enough, and that's where I'm saying they're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what me was saying that there were Aaron Jones was there. Aaron Jones not even there. I don't know why I thought he was with the Raiders.
I don't know. What you got on this, Tim, for with what Lewis said?
I mean, I just think the Raiders gonna surprise some people this year, man. I like their D line. Their D line is gonna be the reason why they win some games this year. I'm not saying that they're gonna win, make it to the playoff or anything like that, but I think they will be like a surprise team. And we have been known to take some L's from surprise teams that we should teams that we should beat. We've been known to fall short, like Tennessee last year.
Yeah, I would agree. I
Yeah.
do think the Raiders. I do think the Raiders are going to surprise some team. Well, they're going to surprise themselves, and they're going to be surprised if they win 6 games this season.
They're gonna play tough, dude. You gotta
Yeah,
respect
I
that
was just about to
toughness.
say, they got Antonio Pierce now. So ever since ever since Antonio Pierce was their coach, they was playing inspired football. You don't know if that's
Yeah.
going to amount to any wins, but you never know.
I don't again like if they have again if I'm not mistaken it's a 1 year running back in McKnight or Knight and that's going to be their starting running back. I mean you got to respect Adams, right? Devontae Adams, everybody respects in this league. But again, it's how Aaron Donald, Aiden O'Donnell or whatever the guy's name is, how he comes out and plays. I don't think he's that guy. That's just my opinion. So I don't see them realistically beating us.
Hey, look, see, this is why people have some opinions, right? And I hate going into this chat so early, but let me get into this chat real quick. Look at the last comment, right?
Which one?
Context.
Oh,
Wilkins was a sack artist for us. Now, again,
Not
last year
really.
he had 9.5 sacks for us last year, right? Okay, cool,
mm-hmm.
great season for an interior defensive lineman. He played 5 seasons for the Miami Dolphins. Can you bring up his sack total for all 5 seasons? Can you? Well, how many sacks in 5 years did Christian Wilkins have
Just
for the
just
Miami
click
Dolphins?
Christian's name there on ESPN. It'll take you there.
And I'm sorry to make you do some extra work, Miss Phins, because I know doing
No,
a show
it's
is
good.
hard enough.
It's good. It's good. So this is what he's had so far. Let's see. They show me like regular season's the career one. Let me see if they show me the other one. Hold on.
Yeah, just for a career, I would love to know his numbers.
Well, it's right there. Just scroll to the side there.
Yeah, the career. Yeah, career. So here you go with the careers. So in career
He has
wise, he's
20.
got a total of 355 total tackles,
Mm-hmm.
204 solos, 151 assists, 20.5 sacks total career wise, four forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries, 11 total yards he ran, 1 interception for 8 yards.
Right.
That's less
And
than 4
pass
sacks a year.
deflections 19.
That's
So
less than
so
4
in
sacks a
so
year. That's 4 sacks a
so
year.
in so in 5 years he has a total of 20 sacks, but he was a sack artist for us. Now you do realize that there are D tackles in this league that have been getting 12, 13, 14 sacks in a season. This man played 5 for us and got 20, but he was a sack artist for us. You see the people we got to deal with in this fan base?
I see what you mean.
You see what I'm saying?
In the context, yeah. Not context himself. I
Again,
mean, in
Christian, you gotta
general.
understand.
In general
Christian,
context of fandom.
right? Exactly. Like you gotta understand too, Lou. Like it's Christian was a fan favorite for a lot of different people. So I mean, they look for it. Like they see last year, and it erases the a couple other years that he's played. But he only averages 4 sacks a year, man.
Yeah, that's like what? Technically, that's 4.1 sacks per year. That's what that literally averages out to. 4.1 sacks per year. So, uh, 4 sacks a year, that's kind of, I feel like bare minimum a DT should get. And that's just me. That I feel like that's like the the job requirement, the minimum job requirement from. Wow, look at color. Sounds as a mediocre, fearless leader. Eh.
Let's start talking about. You want to start hurting some feelings out here. Zach Siler's a better player than Christian Wilkins.
Actually, you know what? Let's see
He
Steelers.
has statistically he has the same stats last offseason, and you're paying $17 million less.
Hold on, let
I
me see if
agree.
I can get Steelers. If I can get Steelers, let's go to the roster real quick.
Steelers the same player. He's same skill set.
Steelers, where's Sack? Since we're already doing it, might as well compare him. You know what I mean? So
It's by position, so yeah, there you go. He's right there.
There he is. Okay. Okay, so let's check out. So this is Sack Steelers numbers.
Same record. Almost.
Record in the essentially his. We've had him for what, 4 years, right?
No, 2.
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So in his 2 years, he was with Baltimore, but let's just put it with the 2 years, right? In total, his entire career, which I think he's only done 5 years too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's only been in the league for 5 years as well. But let's go ahead and do it. 255 total tackles, 142 solo, 113 assists, 20 sacks, 4 fumbles, forced 4 fumble recoveries, 3 yards, 1 interception for 5 yards, a touchdown he scored, which I remember that game. That was dope. 13 pass deflections. So to think here, let's see. Not so bad. It's really not. It's literally you're getting what very similar numbers for a quarter of the price.
Literally,
that's what you're getting. Very similar numbers for a quarter of the price. I think the Dolphins definitely lucked out. I don't know. I mean, $17 million is a lot of flipping money. That's a lot of money.
That's a safety. That's Holland's franchise tag.
And with those numbers, and with those numbers from Zach Siler, remember in Baltimore he wasn't getting no playing time.
Exactly. So he did those in 2 years.
So basically, and again, I think his first year in Miami he had 6.5 sacks, I believe. So in 2 years with Miami, he had like 17. 6.5, he had 10.5 last year. So in 2 years, he had 17. Christian Wilkins had 20 and 5.
Yeah.
Make sense to me.
And if I'm not mistaken, Christian started all 5 years. So to your point, he didn't start in Baltimore at all. He didn't see any playing time really in Baltimore. So, this goes to show you.
Color said Steelers arms have more tackles than Wilkins. That's funny.
Again, I truly do think that Wilkins benefited from Siler. And I think that's
1,000% they played off each other. In my opinion, I think the only reason why, if he is or if he has any more production than what he had with the Dolphins, it's only because he has Max Crosby opposite of him. That's the only way. To me, Christian Wilkins cannot be as effective if he doesn't have comparable player on the opposite side playing the same position, in my opinion. But I mean, that's just me. So, but anywho, as far as this, I mean, Red One and Bill said it stat-wise, I agree, but Wilkins is more of an enforcer. Sealer was able to clean up because of Wilkins. I don't know. I still think it was tandem. I think they played off of each other. But I got to ask you, since I asked Tim already, Lewis, and you're up here, what's your worst case scenario for the Dolphins?
Well, he put it on the
schedule wise. I know. I'm gonna put it up. I want him to give context because people People talk, but they don't give no context. So here it is. I got your worst case scenario. I pulled it up, and your best case scenario, sir. So can you tell the fans and describe your worst case scenario to us?
Yeah, worst case scenario is 12-5, even if there's injuries or whatever. And I'm saying injuries to every other position but the quarterback position. Because if Tua's
Okay.
not on the field, yeah, that's going to go down. But if Tua is on the field for those 17 games, worst case scenario is 12-5. It just is what it is. People
What
are
are five
too much.
losses though?
I mean, listen, who knows? You can lose to anybody any given week. I'm just saying, I believe there's only going to be 5 of those. I could care less where they come from. There's going to be 5. This team is too loaded. It's too talented. From a coaching perspective, the team is loaded. From the team itself is loaded. There's a reason, right, that we've been having these conversations. Philly, you know, for the past couple of days on the spaces, right? When we let go of Tierre Tart, right, 2 days ago, what did everybody say? Oh my God, I cannot believe we just let go of Tart, right? Okay, cool. There's going to be more players that we let go that people are going to be upset. You know why that is? Because you have a good team.
Yeah, I alluded to that yesterday.
If you don't have a good team, people don't care about these roster cuts so much. But I guarantee you, people's going to start caring about when they hear and see some of the names Miami lets go. That is just the proof that's
Oh,
in the
here it
pudding
is.
that shows you have a good team. I just believe there a lot of people, especially in the mainstream media, they have the Dolphins winning this division. Right now, you watch Get Up with Greeny and stuff. They're based out of New York. He is a known Jet fan. Yeah, they're going to talk about
Yeah.
the Jets. Cool. But the Jets ain't doing anything, bro. People want to tell me all the time, well, the Dolphins have to prove it. Well, that would go for the Jets.
So do
Because
the
what has
Jets.
the Jets proved? What have
When
they
did they
proven?
that his quarterback can't stay on the field?
Thank you. And the last time, Philly, I'm glad you brought that up. The last time we seen Aaron Rodgers for a 17-game season, he had Aaron Jones. He had A.J. Dillon. He had a defense. He had Alexander as a corner. They had linebackers, right? They had a good
If
team.
I'm not mistaken, because even his final year in Green Bay, I think he was hurt too. So his last time he played a full season, he had Devontae. If
Well,
I'm
no,
not
no,
mistaken.
yeah, I think he played a full season anyway. The fact of the matter is, bro, they were 9-8. He was 9-8. And I always have to tell the story. It just seems I tell it a lot more on Miss Finn's channel. My favorite football player of all time is Dan Marino. Dan Marino, after the Achilles injury, was never the same. Dan Marino was in his mid-30s. Aaron Rodgers is 40, coming off an Achilles injury. You mean to tell me you think he's going to be the same? Stop.
And Lewis, to add on what you're saying, Jordan Love had the same team in Green Bay. Well, basically the same team in Green Bay, but Jordan Love took them to the playoffs. And Rodgers didn't take them to the playoffs.
With those same receivers that Aaron Rodgers was complaining about.
Right, right,
The same receiving core. They didn't add nobody new.
right.
It was Dobbs. It was what's that young kid's
Watson,
name?
Preston
What
Watson, I
yeah,
think.
like it was the same receiving core. And he still took them to the playoffs. Just saying. So to your point, and I said it too, Lou. There's going to be a lot more other cuts of athletes that we may like as fans, but at the end of the day, we have so much talent. You're going to have to cut people that you want to keep. You can't keep everybody. So you got to come to that. That's why we kind of like we were talking about it yesterday. Wrong athlete, but we were kind of alluding to it yesterday. You're going to have cuts because we can't keep 5 running backs, 6 or 7 or 8 receivers, 12 DBs. We can't keep these guys. So there are going to be people that are going to get cut that we may like. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of talent on this roster.
That is a fact. That's another one. I know Cleveland is going to be a tough game, right? Going in, I believe it's a Monday night, so it's probably going to be even colder at night. The simple fact is, though, I'll tell you another thing that's wrong with the fan base, right, or with people in general. They hate to admit when they were wrong. I'll start. I was wrong. I wanted Deshaun Watson when he became available, right? Looking back at it now, when we were talking at 10:13 Eastern time on Miss Phins show, right, in 2024, I was wrong because Tua, the last 2 seasons, has been better than Deshaun Watson. And it's not even close. It's not even close. So when we come out and we're like, oh, well, Cleveland's going to be back because I got to see Deshaun Watson. Because ever since Deshaun Watson has came back, he has either been injured, right, which he's not on the field, or when he's on the field, let's call it for what it is. The man's been trash. He's been trash. So don't try to feed me. Oh well, Deshaun Watson. I don't know what I haven't seen Deshaun Watson, the Houston version in Cleveland. Now y'all can lie to yourselves if y'all want to and want to pretend just because the name. I mean, it's cool, but Deshaun Watson looked like a shell of himself. Now maybe he turns around this season, right? I don't know that. I'm just saying. We can't come out and say, well, the Cleveland Browns is going to be so great because they got Deshaun Watson. Bro, the last 2 years, the man's been trash. It just is what it is. There's no debate in that. So, again, that's a wait-and-see approach. I'm using everybody else's logic, Miss Phins. This is the logic we have with the Dolphins. Tua has to earn it. Waddle has to show it. This, we don't know because he has to prove it, right? These are all the narratives we hear about our team. But then every other team, they get the pass because we see a name and we're like, oh, yeah, they got Deshaun Watson. But meanwhile, they got Deshaun Watson, but we won't say that Deshaun Watson has been trash. You see what I'm saying?
Louis, you just said something. Hold up before you continue cooking because you're cooking and I appreciate it. You just said something that just kind of clicked something else for me. And I feel like I need to... Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I all 53 plus practice squad get it from me. You're doing good, I'm gonna say it. If you're doing bad, I'm gonna call it out so that we can see, okay, this is what we gotta get better at. So I try to be as objective as possible. But you know what? You were right. One thing, and I know we've had this conversation even last year. Why is it so easy for people to just automatically dismiss the Dolphins? Just because it's the Dolphins. Why doesn't Tua just get the same respect like that of, oh, well, they got the Shaw, or they got a Purdy, or they got CJ Stroud, or they got Aaron Rodgers. You don't see that the other way when it comes to the Dolphins. And this morning I was listening to a show, and I was like, man, they really just, I don't know what this, and I've been saying this for years, they have a massive hatred towards the Dolphins. I'm still trying to figure out why. Maybe because they want to move here and they can't. But we don't get that same kind of automatic, like, props. I don't know what other way to say it. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's how I'm feeling. But that's the way I see it. But go ahead, Louis. Continue cooking.
No, I'm just saying, like, every year is different. I could be totally wrong about my Dolphins as well, right? I'm not saying that what I'm saying is the Billy Gospel and go and bet your house on it. All I'm saying is from when I look at it on paper, I believe in the team, right? Because let's go back, Miss Phins. There's another thing I've said on your channel multiple times. If you allow me, I'll say it again. 2 years ago, when the Jacksonville Jaguars won their division, then they go into the playoffs and they won a playoff game. And then in the divisional round, they played Kansas City tough. Going into next year, the only person I heard pick another team besides Jacksonville to win that division was Crypto. Shout out to Crypto. He did pick Houston. Right? Shout out to Crypto. Everybody else would have told you, though, coming off that divisional loss to Kansas City and a division winner with a young up-and-coming quarterback in Trevor Lawrence and a new fresh head coach in Doug Peterson, that the Jaguars were the new up-and-coming team, right?
Yeah.
What happened
because they
year?
were.
And again, they were.
Injuries took them out. Injuries took them out.
But see, I don't want to hear that though, Miss Phins, right? Because when injuries took us out last year, we didn't use that excuse.
No,
We
I
wanted the
agree.
Dolphins.
I don't
We
give
wanted the
injury an
Dolphins to
excuse.
overcome. Right? Didn't we
Yeah,
want the
next
Dolphins to
man up.
overcome?
Next
Next
man
man
up.
up. And all I know with that experienced Super Bowl winning head coach, mind you, and Doug Peterson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence came back off of that injury. He was on the field. No, he wasn't 100%, but he was playing, right? They still had weapons. ETN was still on the field. And they had a collapse. So all I'm saying is it happens. But it just seems to me, again, that a lot of teams get these passes. And even from Dolphins fans, we're like, oh, yeah, the Jets are going to be way better and this and this. But when it comes to our own team, we come up with every excuse in the book to kind of make that our team is not as good as it is. But for all these other teams, we give them passes. And I just don't understand why.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I totally get it. It's I guess it's because we hold our team to a higher standard, probably. That's probably it. We hold our team to a higher standard, and it's like we really want us to be the ones to actually overcome. I mean, there's no other way of me putting it, man. Like, there's just no other way of me putting it because I hold my team to a higher standard. It is what it is, you know. But I get it. I totally understand. And mind you, I was definitely one of them that said Jacksonville's got this division next year. Nobody saw that injury from Trevor Lawrence. Injuries just happened. It took him out for several weeks. And when he came back, he wasn't the same. He was still trying to heal. So to your point, you're right. But we don't get that grace, which is what I was talking about earlier. It's just we hold our team to a higher standard. We haven't won in so long that we just want it all at once. That's pretty much it. At least that's how I see it. I don't know. What you think, Big Philly? What you
Yeah,
think, Tim?
again, dude, like it's one of those things like Lou pointed to, bro. Like you gotta hold yourself to a higher standard, and injuries are full of it. Like injuries are gonna happen no matter what. It's next man up mentality. So you're playing a very physical sport, and injuries shouldn't be a reason why we lose the game. Like for instance, Kansas City, in Kansas City. Like yeah, we might not have any pass rush, but at the end of the day, we still needed to apply pass rush, and we didn't. So we didn't do enough on offense either to keep up with Kansas City. So there was just a lot that went into that game. So at the end of the day, if they're not gonna if they don't have that next man up mentality, then what are we doing? Like why do we have them here? Why are they making the 53-man roster? So or the same thing two
Absolutely.
years prior. 2 years prior, our quarterbacks, right? Our backup quarterbacks, Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson, can only get one win out of 4 games. What are we doing here? Why are they still here? If you can't come in, why is it that we can see teams like Flacco, like the Browns and Flacco can carry the Browns to playoff appearance and win, or we could see teams like Baltimore when Lamar went out and Huntley still carried them to the playoffs, but yet we can't get more than one win with our backups. Like it's crazy. So what are we doing here? Like why are they here if we can't find suitable backups? So like I understand where Lou's coming from 100%. Um, and I do agree. Like it's next man up at the end of the day because injuries are going to happen. We're seeing it now in training camp, not even in the season,
Oof.
training camp and preseason.
Hey, hey,
And we need more productivity.
hey, Philly, this is the question I would have, right? And this is for Miss Phins, Tim, and you, obviously, Philly, right? And everybody in the chat as well. The
Mm-hmm.
simple fact is, when I hear coming into this season, well, we lost in the playoffs to Kansas City. Obviously, that makes Miami a bad team. Okay, cool. I'm with using that logic. But when I turn around and then I look, Kansas City in that same year that they took Miami out last year, the following week they beat Buffalo. Does that make Buffalo a bad team? And the week after they took out Buffalo, they beat Baltimore. Does that make Baltimore coming into the season a bad team? And then after they beat Baltimore, you know what they did? They took out the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That must make the 49ers a bad team coming into this season, correct? Because if that's
Mm-hmm.
the logic that the Dolphins lost to Kansas City and it makes the Dolphins a bad team, then obviously the three other teams Kansas City beat to ultimately win the Super Bowl, that must make those other three teams trash as well. And that's just using their logic. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
No?
No, you're right.
So I agree. The same logic with them with we can't win in cold weather games. Like they got to get over that narrative because at the end of the day, you're not going to
Yeah.
be able to control every fucking game. Oops, he's not there.
And
Sorry. I was doing good up to that point. I
Yeah.
was
Every
doing
game.
great.
Every game. Every
My
game.
bad.
one quick thing too.
My
One
bad.
quick
My bad.
thing.
Every game.
Go ahead, Tim.
All right, so like we're not as bad like some people like to make believe. Like some people like saying we going 7 wins. That's their best. I ain't talking about y'all worst case scenario, but some people best case scenario is us winning 7 wins. I don't see nowhere in the NFL where we go 7 wins. Our only weak spot is interior offensive line. Some people have
Are
bigger
people
question marks than that.
serious? 7 wins? That's
Yeah.
the best
Some
case
people,
scenario?
yeah, some people really got us down bad, and I don't see how that's possible when I think our depth is so much better. When the only real weakness we have is like our interior offensive line. Some people don't know who they number one receiver gonna be. Bills. They don't know how the defense gonna look. That defense is a totally new difference. Defense. Matt Milano
Yeah.
gone, Jordan Poyer gone. Uh, what the other safety they have? Mike Hyde. They gone. I mean,
Tre'Davious White is gone.
yeah,
Mm,
Tre'Davious White. It's a whole lot of teams with other question marks and multiple question marks. But we only got that one question mark.
seriously.
One question mark.
You're not wrong. I mean, this is one thing that people continue to um they continue to want to put I guess you know what it is? It's the ultimate hateration. There's no other way of putting it. It's like they just absolutely hate on the Dolphins. No matter what we do, we're never gonna be good. We're never gonna be one of the top teams. So what does this tell me? This absolutely tells me that the Miami Dolphins need to go out there and just take care of business. That's it. If we take care of business, we're good to go. Well, right now
TCB baby,
that's
TCB.
TC. Yeah, TCB, exactly. If we take care of business, we can shut everybody down. To be honest with you, and I know this is what a lot of people make fun of us as well. And I must say this, and I don't feel bad by saying this. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're insane." Because believe me, when I get a chance and I listen to other content creators, they're like, "Yeah, Dolphins. The fans are delusional. They're always thinking Super Bowl, blah blah blah." Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that the Kansas City Chiefs had statistically the worst year in the last 6, 7 years last year and still won the Super Bowl? Who's to say that we can't have a good year this year? We put it all together, our guys come back, and we
Because we
make a
had good
run for the
years
Super
last year and
Bowl.
the year before too, and we still didn't win. So
Yeah,
we
but
statistically we had better years than the Chiefs did. The Chiefs just know how to win in the playoffs.
and the thing is, we have to get over the hump, and we have to actually do it. If we don't do it, we won't have that muscle memory. But even if we were a one-hit wonder and win one, like Philly did within the last few years,
Well, the Rams
who
did too.
cares? And yeah, even the Rams. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing wrong with
I
that.
wholeheartedly think that we can go ahead and do it.
I don't disagree. We can definitely push for it. It's a matter of how this team's going to play late, how we look late, and how we most importantly we finish the year, where we are, and how we play in the playoffs. So um, those are big factors that we haven't had answered yet. And it's crazy because Tua just got an extension, and we just you're looking at where this team is now and where the roster, the salary is, and everything else, and they're among other things, and we still don't have a lot of questions that we haven't had answered yet, which is crazy.
Hey, we got to get over this hump too of winning some big games. I would agree with that, right? I don't think no one can say that that's not a real thing. But what's not real is we can't win late. That's not realistic. There's a bye week, right? There's 18 weeks, but every team gets a bye. So realistically, it's 17 weeks, right? That's how many games your team is going to play. 17. The simple fact is that this narrative is it's weak. Just come out and say we have to play better against big time opponents. But the late narrative, bro, we played Baltimore last year in week 15. There's only 17 weeks. And in week 15, we were playing for the overall number 1 seed in the conference. To be at week 15, that's late in the season. And to be playing for the overall number 1 seed, that means you have to be playing well. So can we stop with hey, we just can't win late in the season? Stop. Now, we didn't win that game. We got to play better in that game. But there's just so many narratives that that's why I get so emotional. And people be like, well, Lewis, Philly, just like what happened yesterday. Lewis, you get emotional, and why are you so mad? I'm not mad. I
What
just
did he
don't
say?
understand
What did
what
he
people
say,
be talking
Gal?
about.
What did he say to you? Drink some decaf.
Yeah, bro. It's like I'm not upset. It's just I don't understand the people's logic, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, please make it make sense to me. Me and Miss Phins have talked about it. If you're playing for the number 1 seed in week 15, how did you get to play for the number 1 seed if you're a bad team or you're trash or you're not being able to win games?
Exactly.
Like, what are we talking about here?
You got to be good, and you got to be consistently playing good, and that's what we were. The thing is that we didn't close it out. We didn't close out the season.
You want context, right? Everybody was talking about context. The context is the injuries caught up to us finally, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened. If we're going to be honest, now again, we could have played better, right? Even despite those injuries. Week 18, yeah, the players we had on the field, they did not show up because the team put us in position at 14-14. That's what the game was. Take that special teams play out for Buffalo. It was 14-14.
It was.
So as easy as I can say, Miss Phins, Tim, and Philly, right? As easy as I can come out and say, in week 18, Tua Tagovailoa and an offense, his unit that he leads, they played horrible, right? I can say that with no problem. The simple fact is, though, that same team that we were playing, Josh Allen's led offense, played horrible too. Tua again. I can say Tua didn't score enough. He only scored 14. Josh Allen only scored 14. And Josh Allen has an arm that he can throw all over the field, right? Josh Allen has all these legs and he can run over people because he's so big and strong, right? Why did his offense only score 14? Because he was playing like trash too, right? Their team just made 2 or 3 more plays than our team made. And it happens in a game. But again, that doesn't make the Miami Dolphins a trash team. That just means in week 18, the Buffalo Bills made more plays than what we made. Period. But are we on the Buffalo Bill level? Absolutely.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I do believe we're on the level. They just definitely made more plays. Now, real quick before I bring in Batman, because Batman, I know he wanted the link and he's up here. Tim, you had something to say?
Yes, ma'am. To add on the Lewis point, like we was in almost every game last year. Now it got ugly towards the end, but every single game we was in. It's not like we didn't have a chance to win every single game that we played last year. I mean, it got ugly towards like after halftime, but uh, I want to say at halftime of every game that we lost, it was a close game. It wasn't like, oh, let me change the channel, watch another game.
Not the Ravens game.
Mm, I could be wrong. I'm not just off the top of my head, but I want to say the Ravens game didn't get ugly until like the second half. And that's when everything just starts snowballing.
Yeah, first half was pretty good for us. But I mean, you're bringing in some good points, Tim. So Batman, welcome, sir. I appreciate you coming through. Totos, what do you got on this? Because I know you asked for the links. So that means you must have something you want to say.
No, good morning, Miss Phins. No, I just came to say good morning. I
Good
thought
morning.
I thought Lewis was in here talking nonsense about too. I just wanted to make sure he's good though. Everybody's good. Everybody's. I saw Cat for Life. Haven't seen him like in 3 months, so I hope he's okay. Well, man, how's everybody doing?
Oh man, we're good. We're good. Thank you for having us. Well, what am I talking
I'm
about? I'm
still
the one having y'all. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out who this is, Miss Fans. Who
uh,
is this?
well, this gentleman is the Knight of the Darkness. He roams through at night.
The Night of the Darkness. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Miss Fans, Miss Fans, the only Batman I knew, he used to have a show called the Penaholic Show. I missed that show. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss it. That's the only Batman I know. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that guy. That guy just
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
disappeared
know.
off the face of the earth.
you're right. Where did that guy
He
go? He
pulled the
just fell
actual
off.
Batman. He just disappeared.
He
he's
went
a
back
he's
into
a
his back cave. Oh
he's a family.
no!
He's a family man now. Yeah. Family. It's all about family.
Uh, he got
Let,
locked down.
go on
Yeah.
camera real quick. Go on camera
Hey,
real quick. I want to make sure this is the Batman that I know. Go on camera one time. Let me see.
No, I don't got a haircut. I don't got a haircut. I can't do that.
yo,
Oh,
this said, yo. He said, you got that lockdown, Batman. You got locked down?
Yeah, completely locked down. I got a
The,
fiance.
The ball
Fiance.
and
completely
chain.
locked
That's
down with
good.
the ring. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to married life, my friend. They're always right.
Alert. But
Hey,
seriously,
Miss Fizz,
Batman, what
how
do
do
you
you
got?
feel? How do you? Oh, what I got? Well, you know me.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Liam Eichenberg. I'm like one of his strongest supporters.
I knew that. I knew that.
100%. I agree.
But nah. How do you feel about Miss Fizz? Like I didn't get to really ask you that day at practice that I saw you. That's been
Mm-hmm.
the only practice I've been able to go to this year. It's been crazy. But how do you feel about? Again, I know the majority of the fan base how they feel about the offensive line. Yesterday Big Philly was hosting a space and he was talking about, he went to practice and he saw Lester Cotton, Liam Eichenberg at center, and Robert Jones at left guard. So, I'm a big fan of Robert Jones. I think a lot of us are. We like the potential of Robert Jones. It's just like we know that, we have a little bit of issues with our depth. Um, I know we know how we all feel about Liam Eichenberg. I don't think we have to repeat it for the millionth time. We know how everybody feels about him. But how do you feel going into the season, right? And I know Lewis always says, we talk about backup quarterbacks and we talk about, Mike White, Skyler, we need a better backup. And Lewis is right. If you're relying on a backup to hold down the fort for multiple games, you're in trouble. It don't matter. It's not a Dolphins problem.
Yeah.
It's a league problem. So, but I go back and I say it's not so much the Tua situation. I think it's the offensive line. We saw how the offensive line, when we started to pile up the injuries throughout the season last year, and we were down to like two starters by the end of the year, our depth wasn't able to come in and contribute at a high level. And again, a lot of teams have that issue because the offensive lines are not great across the league. I just feel like the Dolphins are an opportunity where you have the money, you have the assets in capital via draft, you have the money to be able to intake a contract if you're able to pull off a trade. Like Lewis has been bringing up Daniels from the Steelers, possibly can be had. I know that probably is done now with Ayuk re-signing with the 49ers. So the Steelers are not, desperate enough to let go of a good offensive lineman. Not many teams are. But I just like the potential of bringing in a couple guys in for depth. I know the Dolphins have brought in one or two people, but you're not hearing much from them, which is good. But at the same time, like, you have the ability of draft picks and the potential of bringing in a player to fix an issue that we have with Robert Hunt leaving. I know Liam Eichenberg is a fan favorite, but we need an upgrade. And at this point, I think a garbage can with four wheels is better. That's just my opinion.
Man, well, this O-line, obviously, that's what we were talking about earlier in the show. The O-line depth, I feel like that's where we're lacking right now more than anything else. I feel like our O-line is gonna have it's been playing, starter minutes, and it's like you gotta actually have starters set up. So, looking at the way that we have our roster and the way that we have our depth chart, this is it's
Do
not
we
putting
have a
me
time
in a
frame
good
on
position.
Anthony Brewer?
No,
I haven't seen
no, we don't have
maybe,
an update. I
but
think McDaniel talked about it. I think like 2 days ago they asked him the question, and we definitely don't have an answer when he's going to return. I mean, we can be hopeful and say week 1, week 2, week 3. We can cross our fingers. I know that a lot of people say. I think it was Poyer's wife said that it was a cut, but
it
you
was
don't
his
know the
thumb.
extent. Yeah,
His thumb. So look here, just real quick, just so you guys know, 2 days ago with Holland undisclosed, did not practice Wednesday, undisclosed injury. Ramsey the same thing. And OBJ, obviously he's still listed as technically out, but he did have some type of reps, physical. I almost want to say physical education, but he was a little physical this
Oh, he was
yesterday from what
rehabbing.
I was
He was
told.
rehabbing. He was
Yeah,
rehabbing. He
well,
did some
but he was doing
cardio.
some drills, doing
Yeah,
something
cardio
very minimum to try to get to. But looking at this O line, I mean, this right here is what to me it kind of gets me a little bit like I don't know if I feel comfortable walking into the season, and this is what I gotta deal with. Like you got sir, we're out here playing our third stringers when it comes to this O line.
Well,
You
Kendall
got
Lamb again. I saw Kendall Lamb yesterday. He didn't look too hot at the left tackle position. They had him over Patrick Paul. I like Patrick Paul. I want to see what he does against his first starting unit. And then Isaiah Wynn is obviously out, which is a big loss, and so is Aaron Brewer. And then so Liam was at center yesterday at practice.
yeah, he was at center the day before too.
Yeah, and Jack
Which
Briscoe was at right guard.
yeah,
Question,
so
guys.
I
go
think
ahead,
Aaron
Tim.
Brewer will be back. I think
Question.
Brewer will be back. I think we'll be fine. Miss Phins, thank you for having the link out. I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta save some of my voice tonight because I'll
Whoa,
be
whoa, whoa,
killing
whoa, whoa,
Tony
whoa, whoa! Before
tonight.
you go, you got to give somebody some info, man. Yo, your marketing, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah,
say you
yeah,
can
yeah,
just
Today's
yeah.
the
dip
first
and not.
episode. Today's the first
What what
episode.
Well, I was about to drop the news just for everybody to know. Come through tonight because I'll be killing Tony tonight for sure. But the channel is the Blitz Pickup. It's me, Tony, the homie Alex as well. Gonna give you some guys some great content. Got some new things that I think everybody's going to enjoy. Tonight should be the first episode. Tonight at 7. Maybe a little bit later. I'm super busy at work. Maybe I'm not there right on time. But for the most part, 7 o'clock, the Blitz Pickup. Me, Tony, and Alex. So, Miss Fins, appreciate the love. Appreciate the shout out. Everybody come through, man. It's
Of
gonna be a
course,
banger
man.
of a show.
Of course, of course. Shout
Hey,
out to
drop the
you and
link in the
Alex and
chat.
team.
Tell
Yeah,
Tony drop the
send
link
me
in the
the
chat.
link and then I'll be able to post it, and then that way they can go ahead and do it. So send it to me
I
on X
believe
and I'll be able to post it.
Yeah. I believe Tony. If you everybody that go to Tony's Twitter page, I believe it's in his bio already. So
Okay,
you can just go to Tony H's
there you
Twitter
go.
page
Go to
and
Tony, and you'll be able to find.
yeah, yeah. Go to Three Phone Tone, man. You go to Three Phone Tone and you can definitely get the Blitz pickup. But hopefully we see everybody in there that's over here tonight. Support Miss Fins. Salute to you, Miss Fins. I'll show my face. I don't care about the non-haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Yay! We got
I'm not scared
this.
like Batman, man. But hey, again, I'll be killing Tony tonight. That is coming. All right. So
Okay.
y'all be good.
Okay. See you, Lou. Thank you
Later,
for
Lou.
coming, man. Appreciate you as always. Tim, I know you had a question real quick. Batman, don't leave just yet. Tim had a question. Go ahead.
All right, so question. Well, first off, I already subscribed, man. I know that's gonna be a litty show. Can't wait to that tonight. But question. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if our O line stays the same, do you think it can hinder us from our ultimate goal of winning the AFC Championship? I mean, winning the AFC East.
You mean this O line with Teron Isaiah? Well, Isaiah's out, so it
Yeah,
will be
yeah, yeah.
Teron, Robert, Liam, and then Jack Driscoll, and then I'm assuming Austin Jackson.
hmm See, I was doing a experiment by myself. I started on it yesterday, just to give you a heads up. Yesterday was kind of busy. My kids start school yesterday. I meant to do it yesterday, but start cutting grass. And by the time I look, oh man, it's already 8 o'clock. So I started doing this. I started doing this experiment. I was like, how worst case scenario, if our O line stays like this, will it hinder us from winning the AFC Championship game? So I took our first 4 games, and like I said, I didn't finish the experiment. Um, well, I didn't really dig too far in it, but what my experiment was, I was going to take the first 4 games and go off their defensive stats from last year and see any key pieces that they add on defense and see key pieces that they took away from defense. And will that be enough? Because I said the first 4 games because you don't really know what the team gonna be, so you got to go off last year's stats. So after like weeks five on up, you already know what the team gonna look like, so you can go off that future stats.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. It's gonna be very interesting what they end up doing at the end of the day. Because if this is the O line that we go into, and then you got the kind of schedule that we have, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be absolutely tough for us to do it. Then there's no other way of putting it. Whatever people want to say, at the end of the day, there's no other way of putting it. It's gonna be tough for us, but I do believe we have a quarterback that can go ahead and do it, and he can make it happen. He can actually go ahead and take this team to where we need it to be, which is the top, man. It's the top. That's all I can say. It's the top.
Hey, Miss Phins, I'm gonna head out too. Thank you for having me up. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun this morning. I haven't done this in a while, so I
Hey,
do appreciate it.
I appreciate
Shout
you
out to
coming
y'all.
through.
I dropped the link for the Blitz pickup, by the way. It's in the
Yeah, I
private chat.
just put it up here, and I put it I
In the
pinned it
comment
up
section.
top, guys. So go ahead. My pleasure, Tony. Let me see your face, man. You can't just leave like that. I'm getting ready to close it out. So actually, because you were my main guy, so let me close it out here. And I want you at the top too, because I know you got some stuff going on. Batman, real quick, say goodbye real quick for us. What's your
I
final
just want
take?
to say thank you for having us, Miss Finn. Thank you for what you do for the Dolphins community. Make sure you hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe
Yeah.
to Miss Finn.
Like and
Subscribe
sub.
to Big Philly. Subscribe to Lewis and Alex and Tony's channel that they debuted tonight for the
Yep.
Dolphins community. We're all looking forward to it. Fins up, man. I can't wait for tomorrow. I hope the weather's a little better than it is right now. But I think we're gonna have a good season. I think I think Tim was talking about if we don't add a couple people to this offensive line and we go in with what we got, I don't think we're gonna have that.
Hello, Batman. I think you cut off. Oh
Just like
man,
that,
he
the
cut.
bat signal just cut
To,
out.
to back to 24. So
Sorry.
and
Yeah,
and
okay.
and you just lost the best offensive lineman we had on the team in Robert Hunt. You have done nothing to replace Robert Hunt. So yeah, we're near the bottom tier of the league when it comes to offensive line rankings. And in order to be successful in this league, even the great Pat.
Maybe it's me, but Batman, you couldn't off. But I appreciate you coming through, Batman. Thank you so much, and thank you for always supporting, man. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tim, talk to me real quick. Give me your final thoughts here, because it is a good point that you brought up with about that O line.
Man, it's a great time to be a Dolphin fan, man. We waited so long for this, I know. I just feel like we're gonna overcome this year. We shall
Please.
overcome.
Exactly.
But I hope y'all have a good day, man. Happy Friday. It's a Fan Friday. Let's go. Hope everybody have a good day, man. Y'all be easy.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and
I don't know if
end
it's
with
me, bro,
you.
but my signal going crazy right now. So
It is okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and finish this because you started at the show. You're my co-host today. But you tell. I need people to know where they can find you, man. That's
man,
why I didn't want
Miami
to let you
Fan
go.
Talk Network, we're starting back up now. Either next week. I got a new producer, so it's gonna help us out a lot with the show. So she's awesome. You'll get to meet her. She'll deal with a lot of the stuff for backstage, but me and Mike will be back up and running next week. Most likely Tuesdays at 9 is our usual start time at Miami Fan Talk. I'll drop the link there, or you can find me on X at Miami Fan Talk. I run a couple of host spaces sometimes here and there, especially
Some
when I'm my
good
weeks off.
spaces.
We have fun. We have fun, man. There's a lot of great spaces. Lewis hosts a lot of good spaces. Tony, obviously Jay from Miami. Batman hosts a bunch of different spaces. So there's a lot of fun spaces that happen throughout the day. Usually a couple hours too. It's long spaces, but we have fun.
Seriously,
That's the most
yeah, you
important
guys
thing.
do.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, that's why it's like, when I'm off, I can do it. When I'm not off, it's tough because I'll be at work. I can't be. I'm not driving. I'm at work. So, but
There you
definitely
go,
Miami
ladies and
Fan Talk.
gentlemen.
Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, or follow me on X, or I drop the link all the time, and we have fun. I had a couple of nice videos. If you want to scroll down a little bit from yesterday's, they're 2-second videos. Don't talk to Von Joe because Vaughn just keeps criticizing. But anyways, y'all have a good day. I was over here worried about the ops the entire time. Hey,
Dude,
there's a nice
there,
video
man,
for
you
me.
weren't lying.
Yo, them ops are crazy. I was just trying to tell them boys, bro, like they're everywhere
They're
and they
really, and
watch.
they're like right here on your on like
That's what I'm trying to. They thought I'm
on
lying.
Twitter, just writing. And the guy was on my head, and I was
Yo,
like,
I'm
"What
telling you.
the?"
I'm telling you. That's what's up. But he was eating a popsicle, just staring at me like that, just watching. And I'm like, I'm just taking photos. I'm just taking photos, taking photos. So yeah, dude, they're out there full force, man. And so, but yeah, man, I will be up next week, having a little fun, talking a little smack. I usually do open panel at the end of the show for like 15 to 30 minutes, depending on where I'm at and if the wife allows it. Because happy wife, happy life, and we go from there.
There you go. So everybody, you see him here on Twitter. If you're on Twitter and you see his link is right here, so you can go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and help him out. Let's get him
Yes,
going, guys,
please.
because I know a lot of you guys really do support the community, and I really want. This is why I wanted you to come on too, and I wanted to make sure that people knew. Just go there. It's a quick hit, and then it gets you right to the channel. So I'm walking you guys to it, and just all you gotta do is subscribe. I was already subscribed, by the way. I unsubscribed to show people to subscribe, so don't come for me,
Oh,
okay? Don't even, bro.
yeah.
No,
We
you
do
come
player. We do
for
a couple
years.
player interviews there too, man. If you look down there, I had some XFL guys come up a couple different times. So we have the XFL. I had Jeff Dellenbach, old Dolphins guard on there. I think 2 seasons ago. So I
We got
have we try to do player
videos,
interviews.
do
Yeah,
some lives, so you see it
Shaq. I'm
here.
trying to get Shaq Lawson on the show. Um, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. So we do some player interviews, things like that. We have fun. It's the
So
most
you saw
important thing.
people. I did it. Yeah, I was already. I literally unsubscribed on purpose earlier
It's all
before
right.
doing this
It's all right.
offline.
It's all right. It's all
But now
right.
you see it, and then you can go ahead and personalize it, or you can add. Well, don't unsubscribe. You can add all, so you get all the notifications. That's how you're gonna be Gucci. You keep it personalized as well. But it's that easy, and you get to see like literally, well, Monday through Friday, 8
I
p.m. I
have a
think
lot of
that's
stuff
gonna
to
be
do.
updated. But go ahead and check them out, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're on Twitter, you can go ahead and click on the YouTube link and sync in. And let's go ahead and get them to 1,000 followers, guys.
Little
Okay,
by little, little
so
by little. That's the baby
exactly.
steps.
But
Well,
thank you for
hey,
coming
I
through, man. I
appreciate you
appreciate you
having
coming
me up. I
through.
appreciate it. Thank you. Likewise, Miss Fins. As always, Fins up.
Fins up, man. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. And also too, like if you guys, if you're ever wondering and whatever, you want to go ahead and support Miss Phins, and you guys are always watching on Twitter as well. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and do it. Yay. This is Miss Phins. I'm live on my live. Yeah, let's get her done. Some of the pictures that I took from training camp. Oh man, look at that. Right when he kicked it right here. This is a ball. Sanders with another great money kick. That puppy was upright and it was beautiful. And then look at Jalen Phillips out there working. I got some more videos I got to post from the beginning of training camp. But guys, if you haven't done so already, I do need you guys to do me a favor, guys. If you're watching on Twitter and Twitch and you haven't subscribed already, go ahead. You see the link right here, youtube.com/MissFins. That gets you right into my channel. And look, I mean, I can't subscribe to myself, obviously. But it gets you poof right into the channel. And you get to see everything on here. The shows, the shorts, the videos. If you want to go catch up what we were talking about 6 months ago with the ladies, you can go ahead and do that. And we got the morning show, AFCE shows coming back. Season 3 of League Wide Wednesdays coming back. So we got, and our game preview, season 3 of the game preview as well is coming back. So go ahead and check it out, guys. Subscribe so that way we can continue to grow the channel. You guys are always supporting, and this is the best way to do it. This is how you can support the channel. We can continue to grow. So definitely check it out on Twitter and Twitch. There you go. Go ahead and do it. Follow me. Hit me on the follow. And then subscribe to Miss Phins because that's, it helps out the channel, man. Okay. It helps to get better stuff. Like I'm working on getting a couple of stuff too with upgrading and whatever. You see the new layout, how I did it for you, so you guys can see. You know what I'm saying? Now you guys get to see whenever I'm talking about something, you can see it yourselves, and it'll be easier. We did this with myself and Vicinity 5 during our Olympiad show when we were doing the Olympics. That was our Olympiad show with Miss Phins and Fit 75. That was a lot of fun. You can catch that as well on the channel if you want to go back to it. Lots of fun and reactions, I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's a new layout. So whenever I'm talking, you guys can go ahead and see it. And I got some really good reviews from it from you guys. You guys liked it. So everything you guys do, it helps out the channel, guys. All you got to do when you hit the like button, it's free. It helps out the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, it's free too. And when you tell people, it's also free. That's it. And those of you that can go above and beyond and donate to the channel or become members, man, I appreciate all you guys because you don't have to do it. I know this economy. So you don't have to do it, but you guys still do it and support the channel. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm on and off this off season because I'm trying to ramp back up. I'm off today, so I'm happy. I got to get a little extended show for you guys today too. But listen, I wanted to go ahead and do this for you guys, and I'm very happy that we were able to do so. So go ahead and stay tuned. We're gonna come back. Mondays are rough. Mondays are real rough for me. I'm gonna try to do this upcoming Monday. But it's just rough for me. After the weekend, you do all this and you come back about night. But we gotta do it, so I will quote unquote do it. But before we go, I want to give a special shout out to the winner because I did do it offline. Shout out to where is he? Where is he? Mr. Chef Chewy's Juice. I don't know if I can show you guys this. Mr. Chef Chew, sir. Chef Chew, congratulations. He is the winner of the ticket contest that I was doing. So shout out to you, sir. He won. Out of the people that clicked to subscribe, took the picture, posted it on X or DM'd me. I appreciate you. So shout out to him. So Chef Jew, if you're still listening, I'm gonna go ahead and you're gonna send me again your email so I can send you that game. And what game am I referring to, ladies and gentlemen? So we are, let's go to NFL. Scusi. Oh, do I already have it up? Oh, there it is. So for this game on Saturday, tomorrow, 7 p.m., I had one ticket. I told you I was gonna give it away, guys. So congratulations to him. He's the winner. Chef Jew, man, always supporting. And if you could do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, go check out Chef Jew and Chef Jew's Catering, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing, amazing cakes, sweet treats. Go check them out, Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats. Looking for a great chef to go ahead and cater your next birthday, business, or office party, etc., with mouth-watering cookies, cakes, pies, and more. Go ahead and call Chef Jew at 786-804-8096 or via Facebook Messenger or Instagram at Chef Jew Catering. That's Chef J.U. Catering for more information. And mention Miss Phins, MISSPHINS, to get 10% off your catering order, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and check them out. Yeah, and there you have it. I just want to go ahead and give you guys that info real quick to let you guys know I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, Chef Drew, what's up? ABAB, good morning. I see you, MCJB. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Today we're back at center. Looks like comfortable for with first team. Hey, I'll get it. I'll take it. Whatever it is for us to get better. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta skedaddle. I got an appointment, so I gotta get ready and go there. But thank you guys for coming through again. Thank you, Lord. It's a new season. Thank God. Ladies and gentlemen, League Wild Wednesday's coming back, season 3. Okay, so be ready. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. with myself and my co-host, Mr. Color Commentary. We're back at it again, and we're going to have so much fun doing it with you guys again. So come check it out, 8 p.m. Eastern as well, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, AB. Appreciate you. Guys, take care. And as always, fins up and bye-bye.